Hey guys, this is Emergency Stop, and you know us from Laser Everything. If you follow Laser Everything on YouTube, you may know us from the Laser Source podcast, but I am stressed out. I'm tired, and all I do is work. I work 80-hour weeks, so Emergency Stop is my reminder to take a break, be a human being for a little bit. I still want to hang out with my friends, though. And my friends work with me. So we've got some other people on today. It's not just me. And I don't know if I'm going to just call your names, guys, and you can say hey or shut up or whatever the hell you want to say. But Boyce,
what up?
Boyce is chilling. What's up, Boyce? How you doing, man?
Good day, baby. It's a great day.
Kyle's here. Hey, Kyle.
What up? What up?
And Jimmy, of course. We have Jimmy.
What's shaking, y'all?
And fantastic Matt Bodiford.
Yo,
what's
fantastic,
up,
baby? Feeling good.
So we are I think I'm gonna set some ground rules right now. We're sitting here in Laser Everything merch, but we're not gonna talk about work. And the only thing that I don't want this to become is a politics show. I listed the podcast under comedy.
Oh, there you go.
Mostly because I feel like Jimmy's not going to be able to shut his mouth. So
that's why I'm here.
So it's supposed to be lighthearted, guys, but we can get heavy with it too if something comes up. I just wanted some space for us to just be people that aren't doing a job. You can probably, if you listen to the Laser Source podcast, you can probably hear the tone of my voice has changed. This is my day-to-day when I'm just talking to the guys. I'm a little more low energy. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex at Laser Everything, and today we're doing it's just, God, it's fucking exhausting. I'm tired. So, anyway, I wanted to kick this off right away. Jimmy's just finishing a Corona, which is very, very relevant to the trip you just took, bro. Where'd you go?
Florida.
Yeah. Why are you saying it like that? Florida.
I miss it.
What do you mean you miss it? You were just complaining
cold.
To me that you wanted to come home. You came home a day early.
Yeah, and it's cold. I got the heater going. I got Matt. You'll be proud of me, dude.
Uh-oh.
I got my slippers.
Nice. There you go.
I got my slippers.
I thought you were going to pull up flip-flops. I got 3 pair under the desk all the time.
Wait, you got slippers? Wait, I didn't see them.
He's in Florida.
Show me the slippers. Show me the slippers.
Oh.
It's house shoes.
Yeah,
these are like boat shoes, you fucking old
They're
man.
Slippers, you ding dong.
Those are
They're old man slippers.
Those are
they got dust and everything all over.
You're wearing sandals.
always.
God.
I have 3 pair under the desk. Ready? I got the black ones I just showed you. The white ones for style in case I got to go out and I'm trying to, go to a little bodega here.
Because white flip-flops says style.
And then I've got the brown ones. The brown ones are the multi-purpose tool.
You've got
brown is for business, man.
You've got a fucking pair of flip-flops for every suit color.
Literally for every occasion, because sometimes I got to go work in the yard. You don't know what's out there. You put on the black pair. Brown pair, it goes with different kind of attire. You walk out.
You don't know what's out there.
So literally yesterday I walked out and there was a snake. And then they've got all kinds of gross, it's like all kinds of gross stuff on them. They get on your white shoes, they mess it up. What am I supposed to do? Not look beautiful?
Wait,
come on.
Flip-flops is not ideal for snakes, first of all.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. But it's Florida. Like the other day, there was also a rabbit out there. I've walked out to my yard and seen alligators. Like there's ponds right across the road. I mean, all of it.
I was on Reddit today for like 2 seconds just to see if the LE Reddit had been unbanned. And while I was on there, I saw this video clip. It said, "Nature is crazy." And then there was like a stork or some shit. And an alligator snuck out of the water. And it was like creeping up on the stork. And it opens its mouth and it's about to eat the stork. And then this other fucking gigantic ass alligator came out of the water and fucking ate the little one and just carried it in. It's like swallowed the fucker whole, dude.
Crazy. That's straight up Florida. Like, ask Jimmy. He was just here. Like, shit's crazy.
I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida for 4 years, brother. Let me tell you.
So you know.
Gators and sharks don't fuck around.
Nope. Oh, and when you go south where Jimmy went, they have the people have let their anacondas. They brought anacondas. They got boa constrictors they let loose. I'm not kidding you.
So I used to let loose on purpose.
Yeah,
No,
like it's
no,
your
it's
pet.
Hurricane Andrew is what happened. Is all the flea markets that got washed out during the
Oh, yeah, that's true.
hurricanes?
Hmm.
They released hundreds and thousands of baby reticulated pythons that can grow 25 to 30 feet. Just released them with no natural predators. And
Are
they're
they
eating
like-
gators, and there's
Are
no
they like
like
breeding?
vermin.
They're like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Actively,
Oh,
I'm talking.
yeah.
They can have up to 100 eggs per hatch.
Yeah.
And so
And
literally,
they can do it every year.
I'm not
That's
kidding you when I
terrifying.
tell you I've
I
seen
feel like
pythons.
Jeff
We have
Goldblum should be
iguanas.
sitting here like
Yes,
we'll find a
yes.
way.
So we have iguanas outside that have fallen out of trees. When it gets cold, you'll just see like frozen iguanas falling out of trees.
Oh, shit.
Like I'm not kidding you. They
Yeah.
get
Global
like,
warming.
and the best one is the rattlesnakes. So literally, when I used to work at the power plant, I'll never forget. There's these two guards, and they were driving by in their Jeep because it's a power plant that has like phosphates and things that can make bombs. And so there's these guys with AR-15s and pistols and all kinds of stuff. And literally, the guy goes, "Yo, yo, yo, hold on!" And I'm like, "What?" And he told me like they were doing this, so I stopped. And I was about to hop down out of my machine, and there was a rattlesnake. So the guy just shoulders his AR-15, blasts 2 or 3 shots at it, explodes the rattlesnake, and I'm sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna have a cigarette, I guess. Like, and then they're just like, they're like, "See you later, buddy."
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a bong rip instead of a cigarette after somebody shoots an AR-15 at a snake at my feet.
Yeah.
I was on a Caterpillar. What was that one? That was the 950G. So I was like 11 feet up. That was a big boy machine.
That's not
So-
high enough, man.
Have you ever
Yeah,
been to Florida, Kyle?
Yeah, I have a couple times
It's a
actually.
shit show down there,
Fuck
man.
that. I'm never
The
going to
dumbest
Florida.
people in the world live in Florida. Sorry,
Yeah,
folks.
Matt.
You say a story
Actually-
in Florida, man, blah blah blah. It's always a shit show.
I just like the.
Just so
I
you
just
guys
want
know-
the warm
so-
weather.
Okay, wait.
the
So this is,
warm weather.
this is our first episode, and we may have a different. I don't know who's going to listen to this shit. We may have a new audience.
Yeah, Boyce.
I'm in Rochester, New York. I couldn't be further from Florida if I tried. And so, Kyle, you're in
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Boyce, you're in Michigan.
Michigan, yep.
Jimmy's in Rochester with me. And Matt, of course, is in. But
is
you're
the
like
Florida
outside
man.
of Tampa, right?
Yeah, so I'm like west coast of Florida.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
Hurricane
sure.
Alley. Perfect.
Yeah. So we're kind of spread around on the eastern block of the United States here. But yeah, dude, not interested in that at all. You can keep your
My
fucking
Florida experience has been very different from
What
that.
was your Florida? Was it like a vacation or what?
One of them was. So I've been down to Florida a couple times. I went down for Disney when I was real young, right? So obviously that's, Disney. Then you got my freshman year of high school. I went down for my godmother's wedding. That was cool. Got to live through a hurricane, which was exciting. The first hotel I was in when the hurricane started, that was completely underwater. That was fun. And then I got stuck there for an extra week because all the airports were damaged. There were no
shucks.
flights.
Mhm.
I got a connecting flight through Atlanta, and of course that was like 4 hours delayed, so we missed our connecting flight. So we got stuck in Atlanta overnight. And then
When Matt's in Florida, he's like watching people shoot rattlesnakes, and when you're in Florida, you're like, the airport is a little chilly.
Were you a little cold yesterday, there, Matt?
Dude, yeah, it was like nips were cutting glass here because it was a solid like 46 degrees outside in the morning. I'm not kidding you. I opened my windows to my classroom. Oh, I like that Crown Royal Peach, man.
Oh yeah.
And I opened my windows to the classroom, and the kids were like, one girl literally was shaking like this, and she was like, "Please close the window." And I was like, "Buy a jacket. Quit your crying. Sorry.
Yeah.
We only have like 3 cold days. I'm experiencing it. Damn it."
Wait, what? So finish your story though, Kyle. So you flights
So-
are delayed.
So the last time I was down that way was like my junior, senior year of high school.
Thank God, it's been years then.
Oh, it's been more than a decade.
Not long enough.
So I went down for a scouting thing, a high adventure trip called Sea Base, and the program we were doing, you kayak like 5.5 miles off the coast to
Fuck that.
like a coral island. So that was fun.
Nope.
And we went out and we did some deep sea fishing.
Fuck that.
I fell asleep while I was snorkeling and woke up to a potato fish in my face.
Fuck that.
Yeah, had a wicked allergic reaction that day. I took like 4 doses of Benadryl and passed out in the water. It was a good time. And then on the way out, or the day before we left, we chummed the water. We waded out to a raft and chummed the water and did shark fishing, right?
Fuck that too.
So, yeah, but then you have to walk through the chummed water back to land.
Yeah.
What do you think? There's like an escalator back over to the shore? Like,
Nope.
I was done. I started sprinting like halfway through the walk back in the water. My leg got whipped by a nursing shark. I was done. Like, I'm out. Fuck this shit.
Boyce, he walked away for a second, but Kyle abused Benadryl. Oh, and then he woke up and made out with a potato fish. So
can you tell us? Wait, Kyle. I wanted you to hear this part because I thought you were going to talk about your friend in the key deer.
Oh yeah. So one of the nights we were down there.
Wait, you heard this story already, Matt?
Not that story, but I heard like he was talking about Florida when we were talking about the other night.
We'll get there.
Yeah, and I'll shut up and let you hear this from Kyle.
All right. I'm listening.
So part of the program is you're camping on the island, right? So there's a couple of picnic tables, and it's a coral beach, basically. It's a little coral island. So one of my buddies who was down there with the group, he fell asleep on the little beach area in the high tide area, and he fell asleep with some food in his lap. It was like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and the sky was so clear. It was full, might as well have been a full moon. It was so bright out. And key deer came over to him and just started eating the food out of his lap. And
wait, you keep saying this word. What is key deer?
Key deer.
Want me to tell him?
What is it?
Yeah, tell him, dude.
Do I need to Google it?
You can. So basically, in Florida, deer. We have deer. Like I hunt deer in Ona, which is like they're big deers. They're white tails.
They just look like fucking deer.
That's what. Well, but they're the size of like maybe a like Rottweiler, like a Rottweiler. So instead of 150 pound to 200 pound animal, it's like 60 to 80 pounds, and they're protected, so you cannot kill them. They're not afraid of humans. They will walk up to you, and it's the cutest thing ever. They'll nibble food out of your hand.
They'll eat out of your hand. Yeah,
they'll nibble food right off your crotch.
They're basically public dogs.
Just from what I'm reading on Google, it sounds like the alligators and crocodiles do not give a shit about their protected status.
That's why they're protected. What's crazy is you'll be driving down what is it, US 1 or whatever it's called, like the one that goes all the way to Key West. And you'll be driving down the mangroves, and so you see mangroves, and you're thinking swamp, you're thinking alligators, you're thinking boa constrictors, like Boyce said, like boas are banging on the side of the road, and then out of nowhere, this little like dog-sized deer just gallops across the road, and you're like, what the fuck? Okay.
So is the whole story that you woke up and there were deer eating your food?
No, the story is, so my buddy fell asleep with like wet food stuck to his pants, essentially. And the key deer was just sitting there licking it off. And so
getting a little key deer blowy.
It was the most awkward situation.
And then Kyle, do the what's the sound you did for that?
Oh man,
the key deer lick.
And I was like, so wait, your Boy Scout experience was all of this?
Just getting in touch with nature,
honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a good experience. It had its events along the way.
You touch nature and nature touches you.
Yeah, it touches back.
It was a good experience though.
And then I came back a man scout.
No.
Of course you're a fucking Boy Scout, Kyle. You know who else was a Boy Scout?
I'm an Eagle Scout.
You know who else was a Boy Scout? Me. And then I was a is it a Star Life Eagle? Is that so I had they pushed me from Star to Life because I wasn't going to get Eagle on time, and then I had sex. and then I was like, fuck you guys, I am out of here. And I never
just hit Boyce.
Boyce is dead now.
Watching that. Watching that land on Boyce was fantastic. He was like,
I don't know why
sex.
Boyce is laughing like he's surprised about the end of the story.
all I can picture is like the Lonely Island. I just had sex.
That was basically it, dude. And I literally rolled in like literally, dude. The day before, I like had my little handkerchief on my neck and my neckerchief, and it was all done up. My pockets are done. I'm standing there. I'm like, I swear I'm gonna be a good scout boy or whatever the fuck they made us say. And then I came in the next day and then my shirt's unbuttoned. I have like stains on it. I'm just like, fuck you.
Can I just say that you probably learned something from the scout?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Anyway,
it was a
Just
sound.
Trying to do the
I can't even do it.
Jimmy. Can't do
Can't
it.
do it. It
You
ain't
can't
working.
replicate it. That's okay. I prefer not to hear it again. No,
there it is.
no.
It's so terrible when you're wearing the earphones, dude.
Yeah, the headphones really kind of make that worse. Which I guess a lot of our listeners are going to now get to experience because they're probably also wearing headphones. Unless it's in the car, that probably has
Beautiful surround sound in the car.
A whole new ambiance to the
with
the key deer suck.
The car next door probably heard that even.
Pure D-suck.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, God.
Boy.
So Jimmy,
Yes, sir.
I feel like I've heard about everybody's fucking trips to Florida except for yours.
Well, you haven't got to me yet.
I got to you first. I said you just went to
We
Florida.
talked about
How
the
was
Corona, man.
Oh yeah, the Corona. Yeah, I had a little. I miss my little buddy already. His name's Joe. He
you little buddy? Are you hanging out with like 10-year-olds?
No, this
Meeting
little
kids on the
squirrel.
beach.
The squirrels were smaller there, but the squirrel came up to me one morning, and I had peanuts. And I just dropped peanuts down. He was eating peanuts. So
Did you name
after
him
that-
Squirrel? Did you name him Joe, or
I
did
named him
the
Joe.
squirrel tell you his name was Joe?
no, I named him Joe.
How much did you have to drink when you met this friend?
It was 8 a.m. Well, maybe 3.
So like
drinks.
3 years. Yeah.
At 8 a.m. for breakfast.
8,
Oh,
8, maybe 4, but close.
Yeah.
No, he's a cool dude. He comes squirming up, and every time I feed him every day to get a little closer, then I got him to eat him out of my hand. And
He got a little closer, like key deer closer, or
no, key deer closer. No.
I'm just hearing him say his little friend Joe wanted some nuts every morning. So,
uh-oh.
oh
What
man.
happened to Jimmy?
little Joe came and just
There
got
he
him.
is. I got him. Yeah. Oh man. So that's it. So you went to Florida for 2 weeks and you saw a fucking squirrel and then you came home.
No, we went to Oktoberfest, which is always a
Big deal.
big party.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of funny things there, and a lot of cool people and stuff, hanging out, and a lot of motorcycles, a lot of custom bikes you can go to. I went to like 4 or 5 custom bike shows, and
What kind of
See a lot
funny?
of cool
What kind of
shit.
funny that you said? I see a lot of funny things. What kind of funny things?
Assless chaps.
and believe me, some of them need to put pants on. Woo! The ones that should have weren't, and the ones that were shouldn't. But at any rate, yeah. And just a lot of good bars and music, lots of music. And they seen, I just missed your governor there. He came to Saints and Sinners. And
No faces, no politics. Was
yeah.
rule number 1.
I just seen the guy.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Matt.
Oh,
Don't make faces. We can't make faces.
All right.
why you can't see faces?
No, you can't see faces, but Matt knows. Looking at you.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's it. Enjoyed the weather. Went to Siesta Key. Went to a lot of restaurants.
Frankly, I'm disappointed, Jimmy. I thought you were gonna have the most entertaining Florida stories out of this group, and yours has been the most boring.
Well, I'm sorry, but no, that's just what it is.
You just went, you relaxed,
there
and
to
then you
relax,
came.
that's it.
Fucking imagine.
It's
God
just
damn
what
it.
you do. Nice weather, hot
God
weather.
damn it.
Hot
And then the
weather.
best part to me was when he was driving back complaining and bitching about all the cold.
Why didn't you go visit Matt?
Right?
I said we talked about it, and I'm like, well, by that time we were in the opposite place at that time. We were already on the way back to Palm Coast, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know.
mentioned something about a shirt, and I said, well, I would have if I thought about it, but I was already there.
Well, I will say it's like, even though Florida doesn't look that wide, I mean, it's like a 4.5 hour. It's like half the day to come across the state. So
It is.
it's all right. I mean, if you loved me, you would have come, but it's, you know,
Next March, I'm coming out again. So
there you go.
Typical.
Down.
Jimmy the Snowbird.
yeah.
I had my fucking credit card stolen.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Like the info or the like physical card?
No, not the fucking card is sitting right next to me. So
Yeah, okay.
somehow somebody got my info. I'm assuming it was like a breach on a service that we use, because it was a business card. It was a LE business card. And they sent me, it was bizarre, dude. They sent me a notification, and it's like some kind of like bathroom contractor tried to process a charge. If this seems unfamiliar, please press it. You know those calls the fraud department that they give you. So I'm like, I didn't make that charge. So what's the first thing you do? You pull up your bank account, right?
Yeah.
This is the first phone call they sent me, by the way. First phone call they sent me. And so I pulled my bank account
already.
I start scrolling through the list, and there's like $100 plus charges from Nike.com.
Yep.
The fucking business card.
You know why?
Because they're reselling the shoes.
They buy the cards, gift cards, and they sell the gift cards for cash. So you sell them for like $75-$80. That happened to me. They bought little seasons.
I don't think that's what they were doing, because they were the amounts were like very specific. They weren't like nice even amounts. It wasn't
okay, all right.
It wasn't like 108, which would be like, the $100 card plus tax. This was like 116.68 and like 175.42
Taxes.
I think they're buying the shoes, and then
the contractor, they're building it. They're building a shoe box.
I don't think the contractor is a real thing. I think it's a front or something. I have no idea. But so I'm like, why didn't you call me when this laser business that exclusively buys electronics bought fucking $8,000 worth of shoes?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's my story, man. It's just like, I'm pissed about it. Now I got to go through and change all the cards again, and it's like a whole
that's
thing.
The worst.
Yeah, it's not great.
Damage control and fixing stuff, and
yeah, I was supposed to not talking about work. I'm not allowed to talk about work. Okay.
Yeah, but that's a fun
story.
ventilation.
That's
a good one.
Yeah. So Miranda yelled at somebody today. That was exciting.
That's a first. That ain't a first.
We went to Powers Farm. It's like a little farm market near us, and they have like pumpkins out, and you can ride their hay tractor or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have these teepees that they make out of like corn stalks every year, and you go inside and it's filled with like pumpkins that have been carved, and they're all lit up, and they have like spooky things inside the teepees. So Miranda took Felix inside the teepee, and then like some girl like ran into her and like breathed in her face, and Miranda was just like, "Wah!" And it just like flipped. She's like, "Get the fuck!" She's like, "You're lucky you didn't fucking knock over my kid or fucking blah blah blah." And she came out and told me about it. I love when Miranda yells at people. She's so proud. She's so proud of it. Like, the damage that she did. And then she saw, like, she always does this too. So she saw the girls like a little bit later were off, like, they have animals you can feed, so you like put the quarter in, you get the food, you feed the animals. And like this group of like girls walks by, and she's like, "That's it. That's the fucking one that fucking ran into me in the teepee." So I just was like, "Not now, honey. Like this is not the place. The goats don't want to see that." Okay.
I've got a good story for you about my day. So my day started off, and I can't talk about specifics with students, but I can always talk about like things, right? So
just use the capital S, students.
Yeah, students. Well, so one of my students had an IEP meeting, which is an individualized education plan meeting, right?
Gets those, yeah.
Yeah, I had one. I had one when I was a kid. So, but long story short, this kid actually has some pretty severe issues. And so basically what ended up happening, the kid wasn't even there. His parents weren't even there. It has nothing to do with the student. There were 18 adults present for this IEP meeting.
Yeah.
Because of the
it's
disabilities.
Like the principal, the principal's neighbor, the principal's dog's previous owner.
Oh no, it would be cool if that was it. We had 6 lawyers.
Why?
So because of the disabilities that they have, basically what ends up happening is they had a civil rights lawyer for like accessibility because it's a legitimate issue. They had a some kind of a lawyer from like Disability Florida, and the kid deserves every right to have access to the school. So I'm on that side for sure. But what cracks me up is, so the seriousness of this meeting, when you walk into the room, there's literally like, you feel it and you're like,
Yeah.
Then they're like, all right, guys, we're going to start going around the room and introducing ourselves. We'll start with the teachers. And so myself and the other couple of teachers that are there introduce ourselves. Then there's physicians, there's physicians assistants. There are physical therapists there, and the lawyers are on the computer zooming from all over the place. And my principal is there, the assist. I mean, so it's a very serious thing, right? One lady's not there, and it's like the physical therapist assistant or something like that. So she literally walks in late, and the woman who is hosting the Zoom is basically like turning the camera on the computer around so you can see people as they walk in the door. And I swear to God, this lady walks in and she goes, "Hi, I'm really sorry I'm late. There was traffic." And as she walks in, there's a roach in the corner, and she just starts screaming like a maniac. She literally just goes, I can't do the scream because it will blow out your eardrums, but she just goes, "Ah!" And so
you just did the scream there.
no, that was not even a scream.
Super shrill, huh?
The room, literally, like everyone in the room was like, "Oh my God." And like, so people on the computer are like, "Is everything okay?" Because you're in a school, and right now being in a school, anything can be going on. And so everyone's like, "What's going on there?" The mom and dad are on the computer. Everybody's freaking out. And everyone in the room is like, "What the hell's going on?" She literally goes, "I'm so sorry. There's a roach in the corner. I can't. And she literally like runs out of the room and is like hiding behind the door. Again,
Oh my God.
The amount of money that these people make combined had to be well over $2 million. And she sits down, like, so literally as the lady is like holding the camera to show who's in the room, the math teacher is stomping the shit out of this roach, just straight up American History X, like, bite the curb.
Oh my
and he's
God.
stomping the fuck out of it.
On the curb.
And he's stomping the shit out of this thing. She's screaming in the background. And then they looked at me and they're like, they're trying to have normality. And the lady I work with goes, "Introduce yourself." And I said, Bodiford. The kid writes and he reads. Like what the fuck am I? And like they just keep moving, and the lady sits across from me and she goes, "I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't." And I'm like, "Yeah, we all fucking know. Be quiet." Like literally, that's how I started my morning. And it's.
I'm surprised they didn't all turn and look at you and been like, "Why aren't you smashing the road?"
Oh, dude, I was across the room. I was staring at her like. I just looked at her like, "What do you think that roach is gonna do? Fly up and bitch slap you or something? Like what?" Like it. And by the way, I'm pretty sure it was dead and was like just the wind blowing one of its antenna. And so that's like, I mean, you just sit there and you wonder how these people are allowed to be in these like the room in the professional setting. But you know, she's a physical therapist. I don't know anything about them, but apparently I know that they hate roaches. But that was a really interesting one. And my
If you didn't, now you do.
Yeah, my principal just looked at me and he was like, "Stay calm," because I'm like, "Is this real? Is this for real?"
Are you going to just get up and leave in outrage? Like, I can't work with this.
No, the thing was, we had to leave at like 8:30. The meeting started at 8, but it was 8:15. So we have 15 minutes for us to do our presentation and say, "Hey, here's how the kid's doing. Here's what's going on."
Yeah.
And then, and this lady is screaming around while the guy monkey stomps the shit out of a roach. So good times.
Yeah.
Boyce,
Good times.
what the fuck are you doing?
I'm a physical therapist, and I know what he's talking about. I've been in that situation, so
Where you
I do
shrieked
physical
like a
therapy.
girl at a roach and then
No,
hid
but
from it
That's what I
outside of
thought
the
he was
room?
saying.
No, but being in these uncomfortable situations where nothing makes sense. And nothing's gonna make sense. You just fucking roll with that shit, man. Because
What's I
Like,
need what
I-
you're drinking? I want one of what you're drinking.
I
Some
was
Crown Royal
drinking-
Peach, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it over there. I saw you pour it.
Dude,
Are you just
look,
drinking it straight?
Sprite.
Yeah, it's like 40%. Whatever.
I miss drinking. I
It's
haven't
all
drank.
sugar.
I think the last time I had a drink was like 3 years ago.
That was
I only have one, like maybe on the weekends. That's it. Like once in a while.
I can't, dude. I get fucking insta sick. Like I don't know. I turned. Yeah. So when I was like a young teenager, like 15 or 16, I started smoking weed. And then when I hit my early 20s, like that started giving me panic attacks every single time that I tried it. So I had to, like, my body just rejected. It was like, no, you're done. You're not doing this anymore. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not doing this anymore. And then I started drinking because I couldn't smoke anymore. And that was great until I turned like 25 or 26. And then my body just rejected that too. I just literally got to the point where like I'd fucking like drink a beer and then I'd like throw up. So I just fucking stopped. Yeah. And it wasn't ever like problematic. I mean, like, you know, I usually drank on like my birthday or like other people's birthdays. So it wasn't like I was like drinking constantly, but I just couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't hold it down anymore. So I was just like, fuck, I guess I'm just a straight edge little nerd kid now.
No Jim Beam.
Did you pull your Boy Scout uniform back out?
No.
Puts it back on shamefully.
Hey.
Neckerchief back up.
Put the fingers back up.
I can feel you on that because I mean, I used to love having a drink at the end of the day at work or stop at the bar on the way home from work. When I worked my IT job, my earlier 20s.
I bet with the IT job you fucking needed a drink when you were done at work.
I was working 12-hour shifts, right? So I'd work 1 to 1 or 1 to midnight. And that's without considering overtime, right? So I'd stop at the bar on the way home with a couple of coworkers. I'd get out of the bar at like 4 a.m. sometimes, go to the diner, grab food, be home for like 5 or 6 a.m., pass out, and go to work for noon or 1 the next day.
I have no problem picturing you doing any of that, and I feel like it would be the beginning of a really good like graphic novel, like Hellboy style. You know, I can see like just the shot through the window and Kyle sitting there at the fucking diner, just like.
I was picturing Fight Club.
So I loved real dark beers, real hoppy beers. There was a real nice citrusy one I liked called Flying Dog Raging Bitch. It's real nice. Oh
yeah, those are good.
Yeah, they're pretty tasty if you're down for the real bitter hoppy stuff.
IPAs.
And I'd love light beers. It didn't really matter to me. I could appreciate pretty much everything. And then I got to the point where my stomach was so bad in my mid-20s that I would get really bad reflux, or I would just be constantly nauseated. And no matter what I took for my stomach, it would not help. So drinking went out the window. A lot of foods went out the window. My reflux was so bad, I always felt like I was basically having a heart attack.
You rip that chicken Parmesan.
Yep. Sauce was out the window. Spicy was out the window.
Oh, God. Then you can't have beer.
So basically, what I'm hearing is you just have no reason left to live.
So I'm 31. I'm turning 32 at the end of this year. I've probably spent the last 8 years being unable to eat the same way other people do. And even prior to that, so my teens into my early 20s, I only got a couple year stretch there where I felt like a normal person, right? Because prior to that, my first 2 years of high school, I had the same problems, and they couldn't tell me why. Prior to that, I was good. Like I was a fat little chunker. I enjoyed eating, right? And as it is, I am still a fat chunker. I've always struggled with my weight, but yeah. So funny enough, looping back to the whole drinking thing, I've actually been looking at a hobby that I've been wanting to do for like 10 years, brewing. But not beer. Too much acids and too much to mess up your stomach with beer. Mead. I was looking at doing mead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
Honey is really good for your stomach. Man. It has other benefits, right?
Mead is so good.
You can control the alcohol, so I can keep it real low and not mess myself up.
I have never had a sip of mead in my life.
We actually have a meadery here.
Me and my girlfriend just went to a meadery, like you said, Matt. Like 15 minutes from my house is a meadery. They have a flight of 15. We tried all 32 of them. We did 2 flights and 2 extras. We paid whatever. We tried everything he had. It was really good. The honey.
Did you fucking Uber home? Jesus Christ.
No. No. I'm the Navy, bro. No, it's not that bad. Just a little sips here and there.
Is it? So wait. Describe the flavor to me. Does it taste like honey?
Well, a couple of them did, but some of them were like
some of them it's like really too subtle to really tell.
So here's the best way to explain it. Have you ever had sangria?
Yeah.
So sangria is wine, but it takes on the flavor of whatever accoutrements you put into it,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's basically like Boyce said, if rose petal is what they brew it in, then and really it's almost like steeping and the flavor seeps in. It's really cool. And watching the process, like you get to see it be made while you're drinking whatever the blast batch
what's
was.
the difference
really cool.
between this and beer for you, Kyle? Because is it not the alcohol that makes the issue for you?
So too much alcohol can make the issue for me, because obviously alcohol, chemically can upset your stomach. It's something that your body naturally wants to filter out and reject, right? So yeah, the difference is you can brew lightly. You don't have to add extra sugars besides the honey, which means you can keep the alcohol level real low, below the level of like a hardcore IPA. So you can keep it like below the levels of even what a general wine would be, which would be like in the low teens maybe, or even high teens.
Yeah.
You can keep it down to like 4%, 5%.
Yeah.
And you can spread it out, and it's a nice little sipper, But the nice thing too, because I've enjoyed my fair share of mead. Some of the nicer ones that don't have a bunch of additives and stuff, you can really taste the differences in the honey. So anything from like orange blossom, wildflower honey, all that.
You're making Boyce thirsty.
Yeah. Maybe you taste peach.
Boyce, you're gonna be staggering, brother.
So,
By the way,
so you got some options there. So there's a lot to play with. And if you go on Amazon and just search like just bulk honey, you can get like a 2-gallon, a 5-gallon container of whatever kind of honey you want from any particular varietals. Honey is just whatever. Most of the time it's like a mixture, right? Because it's whatever the bees are feeding on in terms of pollen. But there are some that they will specialize. They'll bring them to like an orange field in the middle of Florida, and all they'll have access to is just a crap ton of orange trees.
Orange blossom, strawberry, tupelo, and clover are the 4 that if you've ever had those honeys, like you can literally close your eyes and taste the difference. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's really subtle. So obviously brewing with them kind of changes that flavor palette a bit, but I want to kind of experiment with that. So
that'll be cool.
That's kind of one of the things that I've been toying with. I don't want to like, brew a fuck ton. I want to brew like a gallon at a time just to play with it. And
fuck ton.
Just a shit ton. Fuck tons too.
I want to brew like a gallon at a time and just kind of play with the different varieties. Maybe mess with.
That sounds cool, man.
It does sound cool. My brother brewed beer for a little bit. I wish he was fucking here. I was like, Chris, we're doing this new podcast. You want to be on it? And he's like, I can't really commit to anything right now. I'll come on once.
It's 8:30.
Fuck you, man.
I've had like 10 hours of sleep in the past 3 days.
But
you can do it, Chris.
But come on, Chris. But he brewed some beer for a while, dude. The only thing that I could think about when I was like taste testing it for him was like, this is gonna fucking kill me. Like there's probably like bacteria in it or some shit. It just freaks me out. Dude.
It's so much like chemistry involved.
I get the heebie-jeebies about that shit. I don't know. I feel
just
like
because it was homebrewed.
Yeah, and it's just like you don't know.
Okay, so
if you sanitize everything, it's all good, right?
I would feel better. I would feel better if I was the one doing it, because then I knew that I did it the right way or I didn't do it the right way. But when other people did it, especially when you're not around, and then it's like served to you, I'm just like
Chris is sitting there smoking a cigarette, just ashing into it.
Exactly.
What an idiot. He's going to drink this shit.
Yeah.
But at least he's a scientist and actually understands science stuff. Whereas for me, I'd be like,
Chris is a physicist.
It's the same thing.
No, it is not, dude. Physics and chemistry are like opposites.
It's a science.
Physics is the science of math. Chemistry is the science of reactions within math. Come on, man. I'm going to make the argument.
That sounds like some bullshit, Matt.
No. Physics is the science of motion, of movement.
Yeah, math. That's it.
You're all full of fucking shit.
The answer is 42.
Physics is the written.
Boyce is right.
Physics is the written translation of the rules of the universe. Chemistry is
but motion and the measurement of it. That's the
chemistry sucks. Chemistry is the fucking worst.
Chemistry is the worst. Stoichiometry sucks balls.
Well,
Fuck
chemistry is
somebody.
a measurement of the reactions of different atoms.
This
Not
is a
atoms.
stupid conversation.
Yeah, this is us nerding out.
Yes.
This is Boyce trying to pretend like he can fucking hold a conversation about physics and chemistry.
By the way, while he's like 5 peaches deep. Let me show you some chemistry, you bitches.
Watch this shit.
Dude, God damn it!
You know what? I guess you could really say that killed the buzz about the meadery conversation.
Get
I
it?
see what you did there.
I fucking love meaderies though, man. They're really cool.
They really are. They're cool.
There's so much diversity and flavors you can get, man. It's really cool, man. We got one not because in Michigan we have wineries, breweries, and dispensaries, but there's a meadery in like 15 minutes from me, man. He is a fucking cool guy, and I like to support him. It's called Black Dragon. So we go there. We'll drink everything he's got every fucking season, man. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, if anybody's near Plant City and you want to go to Three Hands Meadery, they're cool.
Nobody's near Plant City except for you.
Jimmy's going to come down in March, so what now?
I guess.
But that depends. Does he love you enough to come visit?
Oh,
Hell,
last time.
that hurts. That
I'll
hurt.
come visit you.
He's going to show up in those assless chaps you talked about with little Joe. I brought my little Joe and my nuts.
Yeah, he's on my shoulder. He'll be on my shoulder.
And little
nuts are
Joe's
on your
gonna be like, I brought some friends, and it's the key deer. They just all come out of the shadows.
Do it.
Your little squirrel buddy.
Kyle, do it.
Nature's going to touch you. Don't do it, Kyle.
Don't do it, Kyle.
Kyle,
Don't do
So
it.
don't listen to Alex. I want to hear it again.
I will kick you from the call.
The other option I was thinking about
What
brewing
else is
too
new?
is cider.
Oh, yeah.
Hard cider.
So what you can do is you can actually push it through malolactic fermentation and actually drop the acid levels in it.
Science.
Yeah.
What? That was physics, science.
I don't like ciders.
I like cider. I thought cider was good. I've had like canned like bullshit from the
Well, that's what I'm trying to avoid, right?
I think that's pretty good.
Because they're sweet.
Boyce, you said you were a bitch. I'm a bitch too. I bought alcohol. Yeah, you were like, I'm a bitch.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You
I
definitely did. But I'm a bitch too. Whenever I did drink, I was like, let's get the Mike's Hard Lemonade. That was always like my go-to.
Were you the Zima guy?
Acid juice, man.
Yeah, dude.
Put
acid
the
juice.
Skittles in there.
I would go, dude. We used to use. Do you guys know the Calypso lemonades?
Yep.
That was like my fucking favorite mixer. They're good. They're good when they're not alcoholic.
Simply Limeade was mine, man.
Oh my god,
dope with vodka.
dude! Simply Limeade.
Yeah.
Is that like?
So good.
Isn't that just like lemonade or limeade?
Limeade, yeah.
And
then you mix it with vodka or whatever.
I've never had a drink in my life, so I don't know what you guys.
Apparently.
Ever?
Mm-mm.
Oh wow.
No, Matt's bullshitting, man.
Matt's full of shit.
Okay.
So
I wasn't.
He's
listening.
never had a drink in
My
his life.
wife is texting me right now. She said, I love that my morning sickness is the worst it's ever been at fucking 11 weeks. Truly love that for me. I feel bad. I wish I could like help her out. So,
I feel bad for all women, honestly.
I feel like you've already helped her out enough, sir.
I told you how to fix that.
Miranda's like, you would never be able to handle this, and I'm like, no, I would not.
That's where you say the same quote you had. I'm a bitch. Like,
No,
I would not be doing that.
Bitch. She knows I'm a bitch, dude. Fucking anybody who doesn't know me that hasn't met me and experiences Miranda and I in the same room together, they're like, so how's getting pegged? Like immediately.
Oh, shit. Explicit.
warning.
This is definitely an emergency stop.
No,
I'm just saying.
I call my 4 years in the Navy. I called it seasonal alcoholism because you're sober for like 3
What does
weeks.
this have to do with anything?
Listen,
Well,
this is
because-
Peach 6. Shh.
I couldn't. Six Peach. Yeah.
Peach, shut up and listen to Peach Six now. You fucking little
Look at
wine
me.
cooler
Look at me.
drinking bitch.
I am the captain now.
Yeah. Peach Six sounds like a early 2000s boy band name.
He said, "I'm the captain now." Dude, come on, man.
Look at he's dead. He's
Phillips.
dead.
Captain Phillips.
Oh shit.
Look at me. Do you know the way?
Oh my god. Oh.
Shut up, you fucking bitch. Can you guys hear that?
Nope.
No.
Oh, it's my Google Home. She's like trying to have a conversation with me. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a fucking podcast. Can you give me a minute?
I heard you say Peach Six, ordering peach schnapps right now.
Like playing Peach Six album, Big Pink and In Love, 2000s.
Maroon 5, Peach Six. That's like the new song.
Maroon 5.
Watermelon sugar, and Peach Six.
I love the. Maybe this will be a thing every week. We'll just keep track of the peach number.
Oh my
Just
god.
have a counter. Like we need to get the soundboard with the bell.
Yeah.
Bing.
Peach
I think we're on
Six.
Or you could just have peaches clapping.
Did you know that on most episodes of the Emergency Podcast, the Emergency Stop Podcast, there actually isn't a Peach 13 because it's considered bad luck. So it just goes straight from Peach 12 to Peach 14.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's that called? Trichodecaphobia? Right? Fear of
Does
the
it have
number
a name?
13.
I don't
Yeah.
know any of the
13?
phobia names.
Fear of the number 13. Trichodecaphobia.
I always remember Lucy from the Peanuts, and she's like, if you are afraid of this, then you have thissophobia, and if you're afraid of this, you have thissophobia. And it's like nobody fucking rattles those off. Fucking Lucy,
Yeah.
So am I
Yeah,
Lucy?
Lucy.
Patty.
damn artist. Yeah, you must be. Well, you know the biggest words out of all of us.
Just the shit that sticks in my head in my whole life. I have no clue how or why.
Are you feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Hum diddle diddly dum diddle lie. Yeah. That's how it goes, man.
Very nice, Matt. Very nice.
I appreciate it.
You look like something's bothering you, Jimmy. What's wrong?
Oh no, nothing's bothering me. I'm just listening.
Jimmy doesn't like Peach. Jimmy's uncomfortable with Peach Six. He's getting.
You know what? You're
goosebumps.
right. We need to jump to Peach 7 is what it is.
How
Go
many?
deep.
How many Coronas have you had, Jimmy?
I'm on the fourth one.
This is Jimmy's problem. Jimmy drinks too much and he gets tired,
No,
which
I'm
will
fine.
ultimately be why you get a DUI.
They're just Coronas. They're Coronas.
Yeah,
Really?
Jimmy drives straight drunk.
I
until
want
he's
what Boyce
asleep.
wants. I'm freaking jealous here.
Well,
Like, I got
go to
nothing.
the
I got-
cabinet. I'm sure you have no shortage of fucking liquor in your
I
fucking
got
closet.
nothing. I got nothing.
Well, that's a real sad story. Living out in Sodus, you fucking can't just go into dig in. You don't bury like bottles of alcohol in your backyard like a dog.
You know you
Florida has drive-through liquor stores.
Yes,
That's
they do.
fucked up.
Is that not everybody doesn't have that?
That shouldn't
No,
be a thing.
this is a
No.
Florida thing, man.
You can get roadies. Like you can go to Chili's
Yeah.
and pick up a beer and go home with it.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
always was weird to me when we used to go to Hershey Park all the time in Pennsylvania. You know, like ride the roller coasters, fucking go to Chocolate World, and like drown in a chocolate fountain or whatever. And
Diabetes.
we would go, dude, and we would. Peach Six. We would go to
Diabetes.
we would go to the Hershey campgrounds, so we'd camp there. And we'd want to go out and get drinks. And the fucking, you can't even, like, the gas stations are not allowed to sell beer. Like, you can't,
Yeah.
you cannot
So,
buy beer at the gas station.
I
Oh,
have seen, on the other hand, to counter that point, I have gone to Publix, which is like Florida's Kroger or whatever, and literally I've seen people screaming at people like, "What do you mean you can't sell me liquor before noon on a Sunday?" And they're like, "It's just a state law, ma'am." And like they were
It's
just
so
trying
dumb.
to. It's
I
kind of
would
silly, but like that's the only. By the way, we have drive-through liquor stores. You can get
Yes.
roadies from Chili's. Like you're picking up your hamburger. Let me get a couple beers to go, and they
at
seal them.
11:01.
Yeah, but like then if you just want like some alcohol for a football game on a Sunday, fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you until
I want to drink responsibly at home. You get the hell out of my store.
Kyle, do you guys have ShopRite? You're saying
Yeah.
ShopRite? Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
still have them? They still exist?
Yeah, there's one like 10 minutes from me.
That's fucking weird, dude. I grew up in Rockland County, so I was a lot closer to like New York City when I was a little kid, and we used to go fucking ShopRite all the time. Matt said Publix, and it was making me think of all the weird ass grocery stores and shit. How about Do you guys remember Bradley's? You ever been to a
my
Bradley's?
God, yeah. When
That's
I was
throw
a
up.
kid,
I don't know if that's just a you and me thing, Kyle.
they're
but-
gone.
Yeah, they're long
Shaw's.
gone. It was like JC Penney pre,
Oh, was it like
the end of
superstore?
in-person consumerism. It's it's like a department store. It was like
How about Baldor's?
Baldor's. It's an old one too.
Okay,
dude.
you guys sound like you're talking about Dungeons and fucking Dragons right now.
Yeah.
We shall go forth to
We
Baldor's.
still have
Harry Potter.
Von Moore or something, Von something, and the Sears
Dutch?
bias just
Von Dutch?
closed, which was weird. We had a Kmart in Victor for a long time, Jimmy. That went out across the street from the mall. Did you see they replaced that shit with a fucking Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
So
That's
weird.
that's right by the Verizon.
Yeah. It was-
Jimmy just got a boner.
Replaced by a Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
bizarre.
I remember, talk about stores that are gone. Blockbuster. I used to work at one of those. I miss those.
Instead of Blockbuster, you old piece of shit.
So literally, by
How
the way,
old are
this
you,
guy,
Matt?
39.
How old
I just
are you,
turned
Boyce?
39.
47, bro.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Fuck you, children.
Fucking old ass motherfuckers. Kyle and I weren't old enough to work anywhere when Blockbuster closed.
No joke.
It was
I
real.
felt old today because so one of the things we were doing was charades. We were talking about with charades, and my daughter picked up the card because we're just killing some time before bed, and she was like, and by the way, the people who can't see me right
Which
now,
is everybody, because this podcast is
yeah, I know,
only.
but I'm poking my hand, and so I'm like, what are you I don't know what you're doing,
Don't
and
you call it now?
can you guys tell what I'm doing here?
Tapping your palm with your index finger.
Right. So what she was trying to do, she goes, "Daddy, I'm hanging up a phone," and I was like, "Oh yeah, they've never seen a phone hang up." They don't know how phones, the motion for a phone hanging up, and they've never seen that, or hanging up the phone, talking, because she was doing this and then tapping her palm, and I'm like, I didn't connect for me. And so then that's where I'm just old as shit, because little people nowadays.
Even me and Kyle, Kyle and I fucking grew up with cassettes and CDs still. My parents had cassettes around the house, and then
we're basically the last age group.
You guys were the assholes that I'd say quit fucking around in the game section.
Yeah, exactly. But we had discs, physical discs. That's not even a thing anymore. That's so weird, because I remember being what's a record? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so old.
Physical media is just gone, which is so strange.
I was thinking the next Blockbuster thing, instead of tapes or whatever, it's going to they're on drives, just on drives. So you just go to the store and you get a drive and you plug it in your computer, you watch the movie, you bring the drive back. That's what I thought was going to come up next.
Apparently the internet got too good for that, because you can just push a button and make a wish, and you can watch whatever the fuck you want now.
Yeah,
Matt, I was the little asshole in the game section asking you why Super Mario 64 wasn't returned from the last person yet, and bouncing off the walls.
One of the best stories that I have is the Blockbuster in my city. So I used to work at the power plant, and I would work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'd come home, shower off the grossness of the charcoal burning power plant. And from 8 to 12, 8 to 12, I would go work at Blockbuster, because my dad basically was like, well, if you quit college, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough, is what he told me. So he's like, you're gonna work or you're not gonna stay here. So I was like, whatever. So basically I would work just all the time. And one night we're sitting there, we're checking in movies, and this one kid came in, 16 years old, and I knew her because it was my friend's girlfriend. I had just graduated. She's like, hey, do you guys have this movie? We're like, no. She's like, okay, see you later. And so literally she goes out to her car, and I'm waving at her, right? And she goes like this. She literally turns back behind to go in reverse, and then plows through the entire, because you guys remember Blockbuster was all glass.
Yeah.
She blasted through the entire wall of the Blockbuster into the games. And remember how they had the pre-owned movies section?
Yeah.
All just blasted through, and it was in her dad's Jaguar XK8, which is a $80,000 car. But she was super rich, so it wasn't the end of the world. They had to pay for it and everything, but we literally just were like, okay. Cool
I would have pointed at everything that just exploded and been like, that's due back in 7 days.
The best part, 1,600 on the SAT. One of the smartest people you ever meet. Doctor right now.
Crazy.
Like, real life doctor.
I just want to point out really quick that Jimmy has been laughing at how drunk Boyce is this entire show. He's just muffling his voice over there. He's trying not to laugh into the microphone. I'm trying to listen to your story, Matt, and Jimmy's over here just like,
Okay, I saw it happening. My favorite part is, have you noticed that with every single peach, that finger keeps getting a little higher on that sip?
He's pulling a real SpongeBob there. Yeah,
it really is, and I'm proud of you, buddy. You're killing it over
Hell
there.
yeah. I'm jealous.
I gotta say, I'm jealous of your GI, bud.
Is that? I'm surprised that you aren't fucking just like gigantic.
Destroyed.
He's probably on like 3,500 calories in peach alone right now.
No.
Yeah.
No. Before all this, we went to dinner.
Here we go. He's gonna do science again. Peach 7 science.
We went to the meadery.
Tell me about science.
Dinner. I had 2 Napri's first. So
What was that?
Boyce, did you know that you are a physical therapist, not a nutritionist?
Past tense.
What does that
even make sense?
It's before now.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny because when we were planning to do this show, I was like, man, if I get Jimmy on here, it's going to be a riot. We can all make fun of him. He's going to say like Jimmy shit that we all laugh at all the time. But Boyce is the one drunk off his fucking ass.
We're cool, man.
See, I don't drink as much anymore because whenever I do, I make bad decisions. Like, if you look, you can see my nose has like a couple of like lines in it. And it's because bar fights, if you believe it or not.
What's
So
up,
like talk.
Yeah.
How do you get into bar fights, Matt? What's wrong with you? You don't
So
seem like a
when
bar fight kind of guy.
I'm not until you meet the other Matt, and then it's bad times.
Yikes.
So like literally the last time, I think it was like some guy had tried to hit on one of our female friends in the group, and basically I went out there and I was like, "You're not being respectful. You don't talk to women that way." And the guy's like, "Fuck you." And I was like, "No, fuck you." And it just and then literally
After everything that has happened on this podcast so far, Matt is censoring himself because he feels like he's gonna fucking upset somebody. We literally talked about my wife pegging me, and Matt's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's fair. That's
you,
fair.
Man.
So yeah, and then but broken noses. I think it's been broken 3 times. 1 from basketball, 2 from fights.
God damn it, dude.
There you go. I got a glass nose.
I don't have any fucking experiences like that. I've lived
I'm not
life.
proud of them. It's stupid. It's stupid because like when you get older, that's the one thing I try to tell my students all the time. I'm like, guys, at high school, you get into a fight and it's like a ooga booga testosterone contest. You know, like caveman style. I'm the toughest. I said, but the next thing that happens is when you go out into the real world, you're gonna get shot or stabbed because people don't play games out there. They just they're like, fuck you, stab, shoot, you're dead.
Yeah.
You'll be on the news the next day. And so like I try to tell, but I lucked out.
If you're lucky, they're just gonna beat the living fuck out of you,
right?
Like
and
into a pulp.
Literally, the guy threw like 2 or 3 punches. I threw 2 or 3 punches, and then like someone's like police, and it was like, scatter away. Straight up.
It's the fuzz. Scatter.
Everybody, chill. You know what else has fuzz? Peaches.
Shut up about the fucking.
Speaking of peaches.
No, you can't start a sentence that way.
Oh, clearly.
Moving
sounds
to
illegal.
the country, gonna drink a lot of peaches.
He finished that sentence with some peach too.
He did. I wish you guys could see Boyce's face right now.
That's a good.
He feels so good.
It's probably good. I debated for a long time whether this was going to be audio only.
I've been judging because after every drink, his left eye closes more and more and more.
I said
when he's talking.
I like Boyce's look. He does this. He goes. It's like.
To be fair, this is your bedtime.
Yes.
You're normally passed out
I
right
gotta go to
now.
work tomorrow.
You are.
So
What time is it where you are?
midnight.
Oh, okay, yeah, me too.
He's just barely
but
in our
Boyce is
time
the
zone.
only one of us that has a fucking real job that like other people depend on for life and death.
He's up at like
Count, dude. Again, not supposed to be a political podcast, but you fucking work in a Florida school district. Your job's a joke. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. I'm sure you're doing what you can for those kids, but come on. They're still gonna grow up to be Floridans. They're adults.
I work with Vietnam veterans, so they're like.
Wait, what was that?
Vietnam veterans?
Yeah, man, these motherfuckers are hardcore.
I didn't know they were even fucking alive anymore.
Are you shitting me? World War II veterans are dying, but Vietnam veterans are still fucking like 70.
The World War II veterans didn't get sprayed with Agent Orange.
Well, they still got fucked up though.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, sure. I'm sure they got fucked up, but like,
yeah,
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
What were you in the Navy?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Nothing.
You did nothing. So you were what? Intelligence?
No, signalman is like a visual communications.
Flags and stuff.
You waved flag.
Yeah.
You were flag. You were flag
I
girl.
said, oh.
See Boyce in the thong at the checkered stripe.
Oh Jesus! What's the terminology they used for that?
No,
it was
thongs for sure.
A flag cheerleader, right?
That's it. Oh
it's
my
all
fucking god, man! All right, cool.
You did it, and it's still a good thing.
I
to do
survived.
Anyway, so.
That's cool.
Thank you for your service, Boyce.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. No, but like my 4 years in Navy was like, it's like I got lucky. Because it was quiet. I got lucky. What's it called? Desert Storm. They bombed the shit out of Iraq. It got real quiet.
Yeah,
I got lucky.
Yeah. Peach 6 is out of control and funny, and Peach 7 is somber and reflective. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned today.
Holy shit.
The note to self, don't bring up the Navy after Peach 3. that's
5.5.
That's a hard line.
No.
You missed it, Matt.
What happened?
Boyce just had a moment of fucking self-reflection that was touching and a little somber about his 4 years in the Navy. It was just like, don't bring up the Navy after Peach 5. You gotta draw a fucking hard line right there.
I left I heard you say, so what'd you do in the Navy? And he goes, fucking nothing. I was like, all right, I gotta go.
Pretty much.
Was that really the last thing you heard?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he was a sexy flag girl.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
I'm sexy.
Were you fantastic?
I am sexy. No.
He basically, what he would do is he would go on deck on the boat and he would meet all of the key deer out there with his bikini on, and then he would wave flags.
Ayo.
Little nipple teasing going on.
Yeah. Of course.
A little bit.
It wasn't Florida and it wasn't cold, so he wasn't cutting glass, but
Yes.
He did what he could.
He tried.
That's right. That's right.
All I can picture is him in a mankini with like a bottle of peach.
I want to end the show because we're at an hour, but I don't want to miss out on where Peach 7 goes.
Oh man.
So I'm kind of thinking a bonus episode.
6.5.
That's not 6.5. Don't you fucking lie.
That is 6.5. He's working on his 7th. I've been counting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Peach 7.
Yeah, Peach 7.
Okay.
I want to hang out for Peach 7.
I want to hang out for Peach 7 too.
Well, a lot of times people use peaches for bacon, so if we could get a baker's dozen going, let's make it happen. 13.
That sounds
just
dangerous.
him
Are you guys good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm whatever.
All right, cool.
Boyce, how you feeling over there, bud?
Should we? God, I didn't even think about this. Should we start a Patreon for this rather than like a? We can't send them to the LMA, right? That would be weird. Because what if people just find the show and they're not doing lazy stuff? Yeah, I don't know. We'll think about it. Check the description for the link to the place where you can support us. Because I don't know where that is.
Buy a Boyce a drink.
Man, I'm so bad at this because I'm so used to doing the LE plug. There's no there's no subscribe. Because it's
5-star
notification bell. Yeah, I guess if you're listening to this on fucking Apple Podcasts for some terrible reason, you're still here. you leave us a 5-star rating. We want to keep making these, and 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts will help us get in front of more people, or share it with a friend you think needs some peaches or a little key deer action, and you know, do that. We'll do a little bonus episode for you. Check the description again for the place where we do the stuff.
Nailed it.
And the things.
That's all I got. Thanks so much for listening to Emergency Stop. I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I hope you enjoyed. Matt, you gotta calm down. You're gonna piss yourself. I hope you enjoyed
cutting glass over there.
I hope you enjoyed spending a little time with just the people behind all the things you may or may not know us from. And you know, you're fantastic.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's not.
Fuck. What the fuck?